Alright guys, Lady Danger here, and I have a River Spirit Nami makeup tutorial for you today. Make sure to put your hair back and look like a ninja at the same time. I'm gonna go ahead and put in my contact lenses from scalera-lenses.com. I'm gonna save you the horror of watching me do this though, so you just get that. Go ahead and grab your Elmer's glue, and we're gonna go ahead and block out our eyebrows. There's plenty of tutorials on how to do this online, so I will find my favorite one and link it below. What you're gonna do is you're going to just put it on your eyebrow, like so. We're gonna go ahead and set our face with Ben Nye Final Seal. The green I'm using is Mehron Paradise, Amazon Green, and I am just using Mehron Clown White to mix it with. I'm using a 130 brush by MAC Cosmetics, and it has dual fibers, so it makes it really easy to blend the creamy products together. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm plotting the contours of my face. So wherever Nami's face is a little bit darker already is where we're gonna put this, which is really around the jawline and under the cheekbones. Don't forget your ears. Obviously, I'm not doing it for this purpose of the video, but if you're doing this in a convention, don't forget your ears and don't forget your neck, because you will look crazy weird if you do that. Right now, I'm gonna mix some of my green and my white a little bit together on the top of my green lid, just because it's convenient and I don't have a palette with me. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place it where it's highlighting on the face. So we're mixing it a little bit with the green that we already have, and then plotting out the lower half of Nami's face to where it meets up with the pink. With this, you can use a brush stroke motion to kind of get it on there, but if you need to build up a little bit of coverage, a stippling motion is going to be the easiest thing to do to build up coverage. Nami has a highlight right under her eye that I really wanted to capture, so I used a little bit of a foundation that I had already with a little bit of a yellow base to it to kind of highlight right under the eyes. I really wish I would have had like a yellow cream base, but it's what I had on me and it's what I used. For the pink, I am using a cream blush by MAC. The name of it is called Florida. Now I'm just using a 109 brush from MAC. It's dome shaped with a little bit of a flat top, so it's gonna really blend easily into everything else. It's one of my favorite brushes that I own and I use for everything, so you'll see this in lots of tutorials. And what I like to do is I like to take the brush and squish it so it's kind of flat to get into smaller contours of the face. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and blend the nose a little bit. I'm using a Bobbie Brown blush in pale pink, and I'm gonna go ahead and set the pink with it and pat that all over the top half of the face, just to kind of reduce any kind of shine or anything like that. But we did use the Final Seal spray first, so it's gonna create a barrier of our natural oils in our skin from coming through the makeup that we're putting on our face. Here, I'm going ahead and using Sugarpill's Chroma Lust Loose Eyeshadow in Absinthe to set it on a Real Techniques contour brush. It's really nice because it's a little dome-shaped, but it's still kind of pointed at the top, so it fits right in the small contours of the face, right under the eye. It's got a little bit of a pearlescent finish to it, which is really nice to highlight. I'm gonna go ahead and do the tops of the cheeks, the top of my nose, the Cupid's bow, and here I'm gonna take some green from a Coastal Scents palette I got forever ago. I couldn't even tell you if they carry it or what it is anymore, and I'm using the same brush, and I'm gonna layer on top of where we had the Amazon green before and blend that and set that kind of like we did with the pink on top. It's a lot like oil painting. It's a lot of layers to make it look good. Here, I get to take the task of contouring Nami's tiny little nose. Here I'm using the technique again where I said that I like to take my brushes and I squish them to make them kind of flat so I can get a little bit of a line with it. And I'm going ahead and I'm gonna make my nose appear a lot smaller, kind of like a cute little button nose, because Nami's nose is tiny, she's a little fish, and she's just so cute. I really just keep going back and forth with it until I get into the general shape that I want to. And I'm going to take whatever is left on my brush and I'm going to blend the pink and the green together. I'm I'm going to use a 224 brush, and I'm gonna head and pick up some purple in the Coastal Scents palette, and I'm going to contour my nose with that. I could use the same technique that I used before, but I wanted something a little bit smaller to get some more detail with. I'm going in with the bridge of my nose, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be connecting it to the contour that I put on my nose with the green. I keep going back and forth to make sure it's going to stay symmetrical, because that's really important when you're going to be taking photographs, you're at a convention, or just an overall look of a piece of makeup. I call it a piece because it's like art. The composition of your makeup. That sounds great. Here I'm going ahead and I'm setting her eyebrow shape on the top half because it's slightly rounded, but at the top it kind of goes up a little bit. And that's what I keep struggling with here. And now I'm gonna pick up lighter pinks and I'm gonna place them on the actual lid. And what's really nice about having that darker purple is that it's sitting right on top of our brows, so it's gonna help hide that. I'm also gonna use some of that pink to highlight right on the nose. Don't get it under green, because it sucks. I'm gonna use my favorite mascara, which is MAC's Extend and Play Mascara. It's water resistant, and it's got a really tiny wand on it, so you can get on all those fine eyelashes. Here I'm using Blacktrack Gel Eyeliner, also for MAC, and a 119 eyeliner brush. You can use any of these brushes, the name, company, or anything like that, doesn't matter. I worked for MAC for years, so I have tons of MAC brushes, and I'm not gonna say they were free because they weren't free, but now I have them, so I'd rather use them instead of buying some more. And here what we're doing is we're plotting out the big, black, beautiful eyes that Nami has. We did a lot of the work already by pre-planning where we're putting our green and where we put the pink. So I just followed the line and the contour underneath my eye with that bottom line for Nami. Here, I have really tiny eyelids, so this is gonna be a little bit different for everybody. I have a general shape that I want to achieve with Nami. So what I'm gonna do is I'm kind of really disregarding the shape of my eye or anything like that, and I'm making it so where it's going to appear like the same shape that Nami has. As you will see further in the video, I get a little bit lazy and I don't want to cover my whole eyelid because you can't see my eyelid when my eyes are open, but I would recommend making sure that you put this black gel liner all over the whole lid. And once you kind of get the general shape that you want, that's when you can start doing the easy part, is you're gonna fill it in and make sure you get that black on your waterline. Here, I could recommend you use some kind of black pencil eyeliner, like from MAC Cosmetics. You could use Feline or Smolder, but I just use my same gel eyeliner because it works pretty much exactly the same. And I guess it's called tight lining if you want to get correct with it. Here you can see me putting some of a black sparkly eyeshadow underneath the eye. I was gonna use it on the eyelid and it just wasn't working well for me. I'm using a flat brush to smudge out the edges and kind of make it smoky, but obviously still really neat. Here I'm just picking up a regular black eyeshadow and putting it on the lid. This is where I told you I was gonna get lazy, because I was just taking it off anyways, but I would recommend that you definitely fill it with eyeliner and then put the black on top. Nami has big, 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 beautiful eyelashes, and wearing bottom eyelashes is a pain in the butt. So what we're gonna do, since we're already over exaggerating her eyes so big, is we're just gonna use eyeliner for that. It's really easy. You just draw on tiny little eyelashes. You're gonna do it on the bottom and you're gonna do it on the top. My biggest recommendation is try not to be a perfectionist. This is the first time I've ever done this makeup specifically, so don't stress about it. Here I'm using a peachy coral lipstick called All Fired Up. It's a retro matte from MAC. I'm pretty sure that it's a limited edition, but you could use something like Impassioned, and that'll work just as well. I'm using a matte lipstick because it's gonna stay better, And I'm also putting a lip gloss on top of it. So the longevity you're going to get with using a matte lipstick and then a gloss, instead of using like a creamy lipstick and then a gloss, is going to be a little bit longer. And here I'm just using a really discontinued lip jelly from MAC. If any of you are MAC fans, you'll know exactly what it is. I would recommend that you use a lip gloss. You could use a lip gloss from MAC called Lychee Luxe. Will do the same thing, or some kind of shimmery pinky peach lip gloss. Here I went to the the beauty supply store, and I found the biggest eyelashes I could find. So I don't have a link or a number or anything like that because I end up throwing out all my boxes with the numbers in it. And they work perfectly for Nami. They really complement the eyelashes we drew on the top. Here, Nami has one tiny highlight on the top of her brow bone, which I use a frosty white eyeshadow on an angle brush to create her illusion of eyebrows. Here we have everything finished. I hope you guys really enjoy it and you take a look at some of my other videos. I can't wait to see you again. If you want to see more videos from me, please like, comment, and subscribe. You can see me almost every day on Twitch TV/LadyDanger.